Thanks at least in part to Republicans continuing to harp on these non-conspiracies and concocted scandals involving President Obama, President Obama's approval rating has slowly but surely and steadily and quietly continued to increase. President Obama is now, based on the latest Gallup tracking poll, at a 50% approval rating, the first time since June of 2013, making it the highest approval rating in 19 months. His unfavorable rating still at 45. And I understand, Lewis, that if you are not in tune with American politics, you might hear these numbers and say, what's good about those numbers, David? They sound terrible. Given the incredibly low bar that has been set in part because of just acute partisanship here in the U.S., these are actually pretty good numbers at this point in a presidency.
Yeah, people from other countries might look at this and laugh, and perhaps they're still laughing because it is pretty ridiculous that that the bar is so low. But I guess this is something that Obama can be proud of.
Based on the Gallup and a couple of other opinion polls, it seems that President Obama's actions on immigration, climate change, the community college proposal, the lifting or at least easing of the Cuban embargo, as well as the dropping unemployment rate faster than Mitt Romney promised he would oversee if he were elected president, low gas prices and a very strong stock market. All of that stuff together, in spite of all of the criticisms that we have of President Obama, Lewis, and we've talked about those time and time again, all of that stuff together is not insignificant and people are responding to it.
Right. I think he is finally starting to address more of the issues that that people are concerned with, and he doesn't have to run another campaign. He doesn't really have to worry about another election. And I hope he doesn't start worrying about what happens in 2016.
And the New York Times actually saying that the approval rating could go even higher. Quote, Mr. Obama's ratings could continue to climb with sustained economic growth. They might relapse with another round of bad news, but the modest improvement in Mr. Obama's standing suggests that the Republicans cannot count on an easy midterm-like victory in 2016 if the economy continues to grow at a healthy pace. I actually don't know that the current level of economic growth is sustainable, Lewis. I would not be at all surprised if in the next couple of years we see somewhat of a correction in the stock market, possibly followed by some reduction in the growth of jobs that we've seen, because it has been quite a tear. And I think it is quite possible that there will be a correction at some point.
It's hard to imagine that it would keep up at this rate, but it could. It would be nice. You know, let's be optimistic here.
And the Obama hating, the focus on Benghazi, the pushing of the Keystone XL pipeline, which might actually destroy more jobs than the few jobs that it creates. The constant focus on repealing the Affordable Care Act, which has provisions that are incredibly popular, is working well, and may cost 20% less than anticipated. That focus from Republicans is not at all helping them make a case for 2016.
I think they're already freaking out over 2016. It's going to be an interesting primary for them.